Hi, everyone. Welcome to 10 to 20 with Tanya here on YouTube. I am so I'm so happy to see you all here. Thank you for joining me. Today I have some phrases I'm going to share with you, but before I do that, I'd love to know where you're listening from. Let me know in the comments if you where you're at, where your native pardon me, what your native language is. Pardon me. I was just working on finishing up. There's a fly in here. If you wonder what I'm waving at, I was just working on finishing up posting the recording from my last live on Instagram. So if you have not been to Instagram to follow us there, we have the same name, English Coach 3TS. And we do lives there every week. Same here. We do lives here every week. So have you, pardon me, I lost my train of thought. There's a good phrase for you. I lost my train of thought. Let me put it in the comments here. I lost my train of thought. If you couldn't tell from the context, when we say I lost my train of thought, it means I forgot what I was going to say. So, oh, I know. I was going to talk about the lives over on Instagram and here. So, on Instagram, we go live, or I go live at least once a week, usually 2 or 3 times a week. And here on YouTube, I go live once a week to talk with you and to see what kinds of questions you have, and also to give you a series of lives that you can listen to recorded. Hey, Cassio, great to see you. And Soliman, did I say your name correctly? It's great to see both of you here. Do you have any questions today that you would like me to answer? If you do, put them in the comments. Okay, so I have some phrases I want to share with you. The first one is to get ahead in the world. I'm going to put it in the comments here. To get ahead in the world. I'm going to capitalize in because there's a few other ways we can use this phrase. So to get ahead in the world, when we say it in this way, we mean to, usually we mean to be successful. So I might say something like, I'm going to study hard so that I can get ahead in the world. Means so that I can be successful, so that I have a better chance of getting the job that I want. So I have a better chance of getting the promotion I want, that kind of thing. Hi, Zara. Welcome. I have another person here who says, I'm learning English and I'm practicing my listening by listening to you. Such a great idea. Thank you so much for leaving these comments because it helps me to understand how you all are using these videos. And I make these videos for you. This is something I want to do to give you the information and the resources you need to learn English. So thank you for leaving those comments there. Where are you all calling from? Where are you listening from? A little bit more on that listening idea is that once you have listened to this live, listen to it again on the recording so that you are familiar with everything and you can pick up words and phrases that you didn't hear the first time, or you will hear words and phrases you didn't hear the first time. I used that same phrasal verb to pick up in my last live. And it's really, really common when we say you will pick up words and phrases. You're not actually going to pick them up like I'm picking up this paper, but you will hear them. You will understand them. You will notice them. You will have them so that you understand them better and you can use them. Welcome from Iraq. I'm glad that you're here. Okay, so A little bit more about this phrase, to get ahead in the world. Think of a time when you have wanted to get ahead in the world. What did you do so that you could get ahead in the world? Did you study harder? Did you spend some extra time listening to English so that you could understand more English? Did you take a class or go to the university to study something? Did you do some networking with other people? There are many ways we can do things to get ahead in the world. Um, in the United States and probably in other English speaking countries, we have a saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Do you agree with this? It's not what you know, it's who you know. Do you agree with this? Do you think that this is true? That it doesn't matter what you know, what matters is who you know? I'm curious what you all think, and then I'll tell you a little bit about what I think. Here's another comment. I had a friend speak English, so I tried to understand him and learn it by myself. Good for you, being self taught. I have self taught myself a lot of my second language, which is Spanish. I also use a teacher and a tutor. I've also taken classes. I've been in immersion courses, but pardon me, I strongly recommend self teaching. I think that's easier than ever, especially with YouTube, Instagram, and all the other resources there are online. I have several apps that I use for learning Spanish, which is my second language. Okay, so back to this, to get ahead in the world. This same phrase, if we change the preposition in, of course, it changes the meaning. So if I want to say to get ahead of something or someone, when we say of, we follow that by a person or a thing. So I want to get ahead of that car. So if I'm driving and I speed up, it might be because I want to get ahead of that car. I've said this actually in traffic. When I'm driving, I will speed up and go a little faster to get ahead of a car that maybe doesn't look safe. Maybe they're swerving. This is swerving when you're driving and you're not really going straight. That's swerving. I'll put the word here. If they're swerving, it's a straight road, but they are swerving. Maybe they're not staying in their lane. I will try to get ahead of them so that they don't run into me, or also so that if they hit someone else, I won't be behind the accident and be involved in an accident. So we can use it to mean physically to get ahead of someone. We can also mean it like sometimes people will say to get ahead of the curve. When we say to get ahead of the curve, it's very similar to the other phrase that I said, to get ahead in the world. To get ahead of the curve is the same thing, almost the same thing. The curve, when we talk about the curve, previous to the pandemic, what we meant was the when, like if you look at a graph and here's, how some people are performing and other people are performing at a higher rate, there's a curve on the graph. And so when we say we're doing something to get ahead of the curve, we are educating ourselves or networking with other people so that we have a better chance for something. So it's very similar. It's very similar to the phrase to get ahead in the world. To get ahead of. I was thinking there was one more. To get ahead of. To get ahead in the world. To get ahead. I think those are the two main ones. To get ahead of. If you can think of another one, put it in the comments here. So any questions so far? I would love to see any practice that you have. You could put them in the comments if you want to practice one of these phrases. Or the phrase that I started with, I lost my train of thought, meaning I forgot what I was going to say. We sometimes say, I just had a brain pause. I'll write that in the comments here. I just had a brain pause. This is way more casual than I lost my train of thought. If you're at work and you forgot what you were going to say, it's 100% common to say, I lost my train of thought. In other words, I forgot what I was going to say. It isn't considered impolite, it's considered professional. But you might not say I had a brain pause unless you work for a more casual company, which most of the companies in the United States have become more and more casual. Um, the reason is that we say I had a brain pause is so similar to another statement we say, I had a brain fart. I had a brain fart. A fart is when you pass gas. So flatulence would be the technical term for that. I don't know if I know how to spell flatulence, but I'll try. Yep, flatulence. I'm not sure how to spell flatulence, so guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to look it up on my phone. The dictionary that I really like to use is Merriam-Webster. I don't know if you can see that on the video. Here we go. You can kind of see it. I'll write it here for you. Merriam-Webster is the dictionary I like to use for everyday use, and probably mostly because I'm used to it. I'm sure there are lots of other great apps out there. If I'm looking up something for students, and I use Merriam-Webster all the time, but the other one I also like to use, which I don't have here, but I have it on my computer, is the Cambridge Dictionary app. I really like that one, if you're curious, you can ask me some questions about that. So I was looking up flatulence. I had no idea that this was going to have so much. Oh, flatulence. I think I was even saying it incorrectly. Flatulence. Do you know what flatulence is? When you say I just had a brain fart, you're referring to flatulence, not literally. When we say we had a brain fart or we had a brain pause or I lost my train of thought, these all mean I forgot what I was going to say. Thank you for your comment. Another thing that we say when we're my age or older, which probably you're younger, so you can wait until you get a little older, is to say, I had a senior moment. So if you hear someone say, I had a senior moment, they mean, I'm getting so old, I can't remember things I used to remember. Or really, they mean, I just forgot what I was going to say. All right, we have a little bit more time here. I have more phrases to share with you if you would like me to, or if you have questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. So here's a vocabulary word I came across recently. This is a great vocabulary for intermediate and advanced learners, especially if you're intermediate and you're trying to get to advanced. One of the ways you can do that is to improve your vocabulary and start using vocabulary to say things in a different way than you usually say them. So the word is abreast. Abreast. And the way I heard it recently is to keep someone informed. Keep informed. So if someone says, please keep me abreast on this or about this project, let's say about this project. Or you could say on this project. Please keep me abreast about this project, or please keep me abreast on. I think that's better actually. Abreast on this project. It means keep me informed. Let me know what is happening. You can totally say, please keep me informed. But when you say, please keep me abreast of the situation, you can say to abreast of the situation. Please keep me abreast of the situation. It's more formal, it's more professional, and it helps you to take your English to the next level. Um, so that is one of the words I had, one of the vocabulary words I heard recently. Oh, here's another one. To be caught dead. Have you ever heard this phrase? To be caught dead. Fatima ask, is it the same as let me know the situation? Yes, it is. Um, it is the same as, so if we were talking and I have to leave for a little while and I want you to let me know what happens in this situation, I could say, please keep me abreast of this situation. Please keep me informed. Let me know what's happening. Um, so it's very much like any of those kinds of things. Okay, the next one I put up there was to be caught dead. Do you know what this phrase is? Have you heard it before? Do you know how to use it? Could you think of an example? Fatima, while everyone is thinking about that, did I answer your question? I hope I answered your question. So when we say to be caught dead, we usually say we don't want to be caught dead with something. Okay, thank you. So Solomon. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but thank you for your comments. I might say I wouldn't want to be caught dead in that outfit. Let me put that example. I wouldn't want to be caught dead in that outfit. It means we really don't like the outfit. We would not want anyone to see us wearing it. So much so that we wouldn't even want to be dead and be wearing that outfit. It means we really despise something. Despise is a great word. We really don't like it. We hate it. You might even say we hate it. Sometimes people will say things like, don't be caught dead doing that. In other words, you really should not be doing that. Don't be caught dead doing that. You're going to be in a lot of trouble. It's oftentimes, though, used to express something really negative about something. Kiyomi, welcome. It's so great to see you. I've missed seeing you. I'm glad you're here. I hope you can listen to the recording. I've had a lot of phrases and a vocabulary word that I've been sharing. So any questions on any of the phrases I've shared with you, vocabulary I've shared with you, or other questions? I have just a couple minutes before I wrap up, or what I mean when I say before I wrap up is before I finish my live here with all of you today. Thank you so much for spending time with me here on the live. I'm trying to think of some more examples of to be caught dead. Sometimes I will use this in a way like I'm joking or teasing with my kids. Um, my kids are awesome, and I love spending time with them. They love spending time with me, which is really great. I feel very blessed in that way. But sometimes I will joke with them and say, you wouldn't want to be caught dead with your mother. In other words, it's embarrassing to spend time with your mom when you could be with your friends. It's like we're kind of joking with each other. Or he wouldn't be caught dead in that car. We can also use it to mean somebody's a little snobby or stuffy. Snobby or stuffy, meaning they think they're better than us. They're a little egotistical. And we say, oh, he wouldn't be caught dead in that car. In other words, he thinks he's too good for that car. This is actually a great phrase. There's lots of ways that you can use it. As usual, what I recommend is that you try using these phrases in your own examples, because this is the way that you will remember them and you will become more familiar with them. They'll start to feel more natural for you. All right, everyone. I want to thank you again for spending time with me here on this live. If you haven't seen my most recent Instagram reel, I'm going to play it here. It's about the words to pop in, to pop up, and to pop out. This is not a Speak with Tanya reel. This is a little different, but this is a great way to watch these. I'm gonna see if I can make it go again. And try saying the things and read the descriptions below, because when you read the descriptions below, the examples, it helps you to understand, and then you can make your own examples. So this is a great way to improve your vocabulary. I often put phrasal verbs on there. And then I have another series called Speak with Tanya, where you can practice your speaking and repeat what I have said. I know Kiyomi is great at doing that. I hope that you have been seeing those over there. Thank you, everyone, for your comments. And I will look forward to seeing you in another live, either here or over on Instagram. Also, last thought, keep an eye out for a new video coming, an interview with another English teacher that I think you will enjoy listening to for practicing your listening skills. All right, everyone, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.